sales is the most lucrative skill in the world, period. The problem is most sales advice out there today is outdated, cheesy, and can even keep you from getting the deals that can make all the difference in your career. This is the No BS Sales School, a podcast for entrepreneurs and salespeople who want to master the skill of selling without all the BS. One of the things that is kind of fun about my job is that I am the owner of this business. I'm the CEO, the founder, whatever. I started this damn thing. I don't want to sound too fancy, right? But salespeople call on me to sell me stuff, right? I get called on probably twice a week. And while sometimes that's aggravating, I also try and take those calls. Because I learn shit from the way people try and sell to me. What works, what doesn't? What is my reaction to that? What are they really doing? What are they doing well? What are they not? Sometimes they turn into prospects. Most of the time, not really. Right? I'm just listening. I'm paying attention. It's right in my wheelhouse. So why would I not pay attention? Why would I not want to talk to a salesperson that calls me? Because I can learn shit, be it from free consulting or just to listen to the way that they sell. And so one of the things that I've heard, I got asked this question like twice in the last, 2 weeks. Somebody said, sir, are you the decision maker? Well, yes, I'm the damn decision maker. I mean, of course I'm the damn decision maker. However, even though I'm the decision maker, I'm the one that may write the check. I'm not the only one in my company. I have other people that I work with that I consult with. Right. So, which really brought out, and I teach my clients this too, right? Are you the decision maker? It's a freaking, I won't say it's a stupid question. It's not stupid. It's just not the answer. It's not what people are trying to learn. It's not what the salesperson needs to learn. So in my process at the No BS Sales School, we dig a little bit deeper to instead of figuring out, are you the decision maker? Well, but the real thing is you want to find out what is somebody's decision-making process. What is their decision-making process? Are you the decision maker? Doesn't really help you much. So there are 5 questions that we have, part of our system. I'll just share with you for free today. Instead of asking, are you the decision maker? Here's how you can find out your prospect's decision-making process. And you need to know this before you give your information away. If you give your information away first, you've got no leverage. You're completely done. So ask these questions to find out someone's decision-making process before you give your shit away, right? Question number 1, when were you hoping to make a decision, right? This is kind of key. When were you hoping to make a decision? Because if they say 6 months from now, chances are whatever information you give them ain't going to be valid in 6 months, especially in days like today. If they say 2 years from now, it's even worse. Right? Sometimes we're pushing to have people get our stuff to show them how smart we are, which, by the way, is a terrible way to sell. We want to make a presentation. We want to tell them. We want to send them a proposal. Not a great strategy, guys. When were you hoping to make a decision? Let's pretend they said today. Okay, great. Right? Or they said this week. Okay, great. Let's make sure that matches with what we're trying to do. When were you hoping to make a decision? Second question, why then? Why then, right? Well, because our X date is coming up, XYZ, or because our contract runs out, or because we got to get this thing started by ABC or we're done, right? Or so-and-so's leaving the company. We got to have them replaced. You might find more pain there. There's pain in timing of why somebody has to get something fixed. It can be a great place to stop and say, okay, tell me why then. Tell me more about that. Give me an example. How long has it been going on? What have you tried to do about it? Those of you that recognize that, those are among the pain test questions, right? See if there's pain around timing. Question number 3, who else besides you needs to be a part of this process? Who else besides you needs to be a part of this, right? Because just like with me, if I'm interviewing marketing companies or interviewing something or, whatever, I need to have the people around me that can help me make that decision. I have an executive assistant who's excellent, whose help I get all the time, whose advice I get all the time. I have somebody who helps me with marketing. I want her perspective on what we're doing. Yes, I'm the damn decision maker, but the question is, who else besides you
do we need to have as a part of this conversation, right? Help your prospect figure it out. Help them think through what is their decision-making process. Who else besides you needs to be a part of this? Question number 4. Question number 4. What would you need to see or hear from us to be able to make a decision? What would you need to see or hear from us to be able to make a decision? Okay, right? Ask somebody. Because sometimes if you're somebody like me, I need a one-pager. I want you to summarize everything, bullet points, put it all on there. I'll probably read 2 or 3 lines from it, and I can tell you yes or no. That is neither a strength nor is it a weakness. I've made some great decisions. I've made some terrible decisions, but don't give me a 70-page document to read. Don't make me go through all the details. And for God's sake, don't you go through all the details with me either, because my eyes will glaze over and I will pass out. I will throw you out before I pass out, right? What is it you need to see or hear from me? Maybe they just need to see the technical specs. Maybe they just need to see the price. Maybe they just want to find out about some aspect or 2 of what you're doing. And I guarantee you, if you got the CEO and the CFO, they're going to want to see 2 different things. CEO probably wants to see visionary things. CFO probably want to know more about the numbers. But ask. Don't give people more shit than they need to see to make a decision. The next question. Who else besides us are you talking to? Who else besides us are you talking to? You know, it's funny. I'll talk to some of my clients sometimes and say, well, do you have any competition in this? They go, well, I don't think so. What the hell do you mean you don't think so? Either you know so or you don't know so, right? Don't guess. Don't guess for any of this shit. Our whole thing is no BS, right? Let's get to the point. Let's learn the truth. And so if the reality is, yeah, you got 5 other competitors in there, I promise you want to know before you give away your shit than after you give away your shit, right? And by the way, you always want to go last. You want to go last. Some people are like, oh, go first or last because they'll remember you. Go last. Why do you want to go last? Because if you go last, you can ask people about what they've seen before, what they liked, what they didn't. You could also ask them, hey, can you tell me yes or no? If they've already gotten all of their information, if they've already interviewed everybody else and then you come in, surely they can tell you yes or no, or at least they could tell you no. Last question. How are you going to pick? How are you going to pick? Seems legit, right? And here's what happens is all of a sudden people's eyes will get by, they go, and then they'll give you some bullshit answer like, best value. Now, best value? Tell me what that means to you. That means different things to different people. And what I want you to do is help them explore how they're going to pick. You can use a third-party story if you need to. Some people do this, some people do that. Whatever that is, but you need to learn those things. If they say, I've got to pick on lowest price, which rarely people will admit, right? But help them figure out when you say best value, what is it that you mean? I want to make sure we're not wasting your time. So 6 questions, I think, for decision-making process, to learn their decision-making process. Number 1, when were you hoping to make a decision? Number 2, why then? Number 3, who else besides you needs to be a part of this conversation? Number 4, what would you need to see or hear from me to be able to make a decision? Number 5, who else you talking to? And number 6, how you going to pick? Know the answers to these questions before you give away your information. And quit asking, are you the decision maker? Because it's a bullshit question. I'm Walker McKay with No BS Sales. If you want my help, you want to have a conversation about that, walker@walkermckay.com.
Thanks for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast. If you haven't already, please take 1 minute to write a quick review for the show. It really does make a huge difference. Also, subscribe to the show and please forward this episode to somebody else who needs to hear it. As a bonus for listening, I'm going to give you access to a free mini course, 7 expensive sales mistakes you're making and what you can do about it. Go to www.7salesmistakes.com and get access to the free mini course. That's the number 7salesmistakes.com. Thanks again for listening to the No BS Sales School podcast.